What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back at long last with some Benny and Bjorn material. Benny Andersson and Bjorn Ulvaeus, am I saying that correctly? Probably not, I do apologize. But I wanted to give a big shout out to Robert. He shared a wealth of material from Benny and Bjorn. I think there's something like 280 files in the larger folder that he shared, and he shared it a while ago. I told him it might take a while to come around, and it certainly has been that. But I appreciate the patience, so hopefully you're still here. And if folks who've been following the ABBA journey are joining us here again, it would be very exciting. I did also do an Agneta and Frida reaction in this same batch, so I imagine some of those folks may end up here as well. And yes, my understanding is that this is a score or soundtrack to a film. It's called Chess 1984. On Discogs, Tim Rice is also listed as one of the artists behind this soundtrack, so I suppose he may have been composing with them, or he may be involved in at least some of the songs as well. I'm sure people will comment. But again, big shout out to Robert for sharing all this music, and we're going to start with the Chess soundtrack score. Either way, the first track is called Merano. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced, but in terms of typical pronunciation for the letters in question, that would be my expectation. It sounds like a name. And in that regard, I assume it relates to someone in the film, or at least something in the film. Maybe it's a location. Either way, I don't have much to say in terms of hypothesizing about the title. It's not only a one-word title, but it seems to be a proper name, so unless it's a very specific and clear reference, it's not easy to get a sense of where that may go, certainly without having seen the production in question. So let's just listen to it. This is Benny Andersson and Bjorn, again, am I saying it correctly? Ulvaeus, along with Tim Rice, and it's the soundtrack to Chess, and the first tune is called Merano. Oh. Like a Baroque flute trill? It's very operatic. I love that tempo shift. expected that. That's the first tune in this? Good lord. What a feast we have on our hands. So, I do now remember some comments saying, this is something they did that would be worth going through. Well, believe me when I have become converted to that, not that I didn't already suspect that would be the case, but wow, what an opener. First of all, I've been going through some Gioacchino Rossini overtures recently, and the, let's say, operatic/classical parts of this, the book-ended beginning and ending, feel like something from a Rossini opera, but also the cleverness of the writing, the compelling group vocals, the choral vocals, but also some of the touches, the bells and the chimes, and the string writing, absolutely brilliant. As I mentioned, it opens with that flute trill, I believe, which was just a hint of things to come. So yes, a wonderful composition musically. Lyrically, I don't know all of what's going on, and to be fair, when I've been lucky enough to see some operas in my time, even reading the program, I might not catch everything on a first listen, but then over time you hear the songs, the arias again and again, and you begin to catch them if they're in English. Again, some of the operas I've seen, Italian, German, so I don't speak those languages beyond maybe a handful of words. But here, it sounds like everything was in English. And I did hear some lines about, the pride and joy that I feel, and there were some other lines about, water tasting like wine. So it sounds like positivity, it sounds like optimism or enthusiasm, and perhaps a confident outlook or a pleasurable or desirable situation. But again, I'm gonna have to hear some more. I'm sure some people will comment here in the comments. But then we go into this funk rock center section or middle section, and I wondered as that began whether Tim Rice is that the vocalist in that part. I'm not quite sure, but I do enjoy the vocals. They had this blue collar, sort of working class, down to earth type of feel to them, almost like a bluesy sound, and he was really letting the vocals burn hot in some points and really putting a lot of passion into it, so I enjoyed that. And again, I didn't catch everything lyrically in that part, but it felt like there was, again, a simplicity, but also an emotion to it. So be curious to hear what people have to say about that section. But the guitar work and just the sudden shift, which I was not prepared for, that was fantastic too. I should mention, I did hear a reference to chess specifically, so I'm not sure whether that's a recurrent motif. I guess it would be natural to assume so, given that it's the title of the production overall. But yes, I enjoyed the sudden, unexpected nature of that middle section, and then right as it was finishing, I felt wouldn't it be perfect if it went back into that operatic section, and sure enough, it does. And then right as it was ending, it gave you what, often, whether it's a symphony or a concerto or indeed an opera, the real big gusto sort of finish, and then I felt like it could still come back around for one more little coda, and it does that too. So it's one of those compositions that even as it surprises you, it's still intuitive. And if you can write a piece of music that hits someone in a way that they sort of feel, even as they don't know what's happening and might be surprised by something, I think that's a really clever bit of musical writing. So, incredible opener. I'm looking forward to more. Shout out to all the ABBA folks who've come here to see this. And I should mention, I'm still not done going through the ABBA Live at Wembley double CD. Thank you again to Michaela for sending that. I will continue to go through that, and Agneta and Frida's solo material. But once again, shout out to Robert for sending all this Benny and Bjorn related stuff. Looking forward to it. Luca is too, despite sleeping in the moment. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.